providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Hey there. So, that's Terry in the background. Candace is eating breakfast M&Ms, and Terry's pounding on the table.
I like the music so very, very much.
It likes you. Hey, everybody. I hope that this is a good day for you. This is Caregiver Crossing, and we are coming to you from the Joy's House studio. Woo! We're here this week with the kind support of Cardon and Associates, and we are glad that you are here. If you aren't familiar with Caregiver Crossing, we are a show designed for family caregivers, people like you, people like us. And we want to make sure you like and follow us on Facebook. And if you'd like to connect with us about show topics, or if you hear something that really interests you, by all means, email me at tina@joyshouse.org, or you can always call 317-254-0828. Again, tina@joyshouse.org or 317-254-0828. So we were going to have a little chat this morning about something, and now we're going to have a chat about something else. We have something to tell you. Candace, you tell them, because I can't talk about it.
She's leaving.
Finish. Thank you, Terry. Just rip off the Band-Aid.
Because you all have been just dancing around it, and I know neither one of you are going to be able to say it out loud. She's leaving. Candace is leaving. She's leaving this show.
She's going to live. She just is going to Florida. Oh, she's crying. She's going to make me cry. I can't.
Oh, no. See, the two of you, it's okay. She's going to a beautiful place, and
I want her hand.
maybe you shouldn't have brought it up today.
But she said she said I could. And
She's
now
gonna
she's
go.
crying so hard she just snotted on the microphone. Oh, dang.
Listen,
All right,
she's
so
gonna
here's
be
the deal.
missed. She's going to be missed.
Y'all have heard,
Deeply.
if you've been listening to the show for a while, you've heard Candace talk about the possibility of moving to Florida. And she's doing it. And so selfishly, I really can't even open my eyes and say the words. I am so sad that she's going to be moving. I love her. She is family to me. I have known Candace since she started working at Joy's House when she was 19.
Just a kid.
And now she's 83.
Let me get you.
It has been a long time, and we watched each other grow through so many things. And yet she's on to her next chapter, and I cannot wait to see what she does and to be a part of her life forever. So she's stuck with us. She knows that.
Always will have a home here. You will always have a home here. You've got family here. So she's going to be back and forth. And she, when she grew up, after she got through her teenage years and she worked here, she left for a bit, our Caregiver Crossing show. She went and did something different, a little bit, with veterans. And then she got married. And then she had she's got 15 kids.
No, that's a lie too.
No.
And she's a
15
grandma.
plants.
She's a grandma.
She's not a grandma.
And she's going to go and live in a retirement community in Florida.
Oh, gosh.
None of that is true, except she is moving to Florida. So,
We're going to miss her. And I
We
know
are gonna
you all
miss her.
will too, because she's a gem. She's a treasure.
so today's
I'm good now.
March 10th. You're here with us for another week.
I'm here, another couple weeks.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, can we say who's replacing me?
I think we have to wait for that.
Okay. You
But-
will meet them soon, though.
Yeah. So we're just sitting in here crying and eating M&Ms
Yeah.
because
So I'm sorry that I can't.
I'm going to go have to pull the fireball from under my desk.
Oh, there you go.
fireball.
She's going to go
Fireball.
right now, she's going to have some fireball, and that'll bring her back to life. But bless her heart.
What really are your guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures are,
What does that mean, really?
it's things you don't really tell other people that you like to do because I think, right?
Wait a minute.
Like,
So we're going to talk about the things we don't want to tell other people that we do.
I felt like this would be the
on the
perfect
air?
place to do it.
well, then let's,
Then you go first.
You go first. Because,
I made a list.
You did?
okay, let's hear it.
So, have you guys seen the show Vikings?
No.
No, but it sounds like they're half naked and dirty.
Yes, they are.
And you like that.
I like it. It's a really good show. I can't remember whether it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but either way, it's a great show. Several series. This one, Monopoly Go, the game on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's addictive.
Monopoly Go?
Yes.
So on TikTok, they tell me it's addicting, but I've never played it.
So I wake up in the morning and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. And I check my Monopoly Go.
I love
That's
it.
what I do.
Well, I need to learn about Monopoly Go.
It's really fun. And then you can find your friends and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally you connect everything through Facebook and all that. You don't have to. I didn't, but you can play with friends. Another one are savory oats. Savory oatmeal.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Tina, you got to TikTok it.
Why is this a guilty pleasure, this one?
It's maybe not guilty. It's just, I've just been really enjoying it. You think oatmeal, you think sweet,
Yeah.
mapley, but you can put some bone broth in it, maybe a little garlic powder.
I love your bone broth.
I love bone broth. So
Yummy.
good for you.
Oh, yeah. Eggs and some parsley.
Oh yeah, all kinds
I'm
of
looking it up
things.
right now.
Some shredded chicken. It's good and good
That
fiber.
sounds good.
It's really good.
Yum.
Non-alcoholic cocktails or mocktails.
Yes.
I'm down. I'm here for it.
You know, everybody, this has become the thing. I mean,
has.
we have actual places that have opened up that are, exclusively non-alcoholic beverages, mocktails. So see, you're right. You're right
I'm
in
one of the
line
cool
with
kids.
everybody. You're a cool kid.
We knew that.
Yeah. Bless her heart. She's still
So I'm still sniffling, guys. Sorry.
She's,
And exercise.
She's trying.
I've really been enjoying my Orange Theory visits every week or
I'm
every
so
day.
glad. Every day?
I've been going every day for the last couple weeks.
I think maybe I don't understand what guilty pleasure is then. I think of guilty, like my guilty pleasure, I thought before you listed yours, I like to watch The Bachelor.
Okay, well hey.
I definitely think that qualifies.
Now, do you
Because
take
it's so
shots every
stupid.
time they say like
no, I get involved
love
in
of my
gambling.
life?
No, I
and-
get involved in gambling. I place bets on
Do you
the
really?
Bachelorettes.
Like legit bets? Is that legal? Are we allowed to say that right now? Is somebody going to come get Terry?
No, I don't think so. Gambling's legal here.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was thinking that was a guilty pleasure, something that you don't really want to announce to everybody. Hey, you know what? Did you see The
hey.
Bachelor last night?
Anything else
especially
embarrassing?
people in my, I'll move on. Just one is good for me.
No, I mean, it's too bad. Thank you both for sharing. I do
it's your
believe we're out of
turn.
time on this segment.
No, we're not. Oh, we're close.
We're so close.
Oh, go. You've got time.
Listen, I
Spill it.
love Orange is the New Black. The show Orange is the New Black. I'm watching it for the second time.
That's
I
not
love
guilty.
it.
You shouldn't feel guilty
Second
about
time
don't.
through?
It's popular.
I actually don't, but we're out of time. I can't tell you my real
knew
guilty
it.
pleasure. But
That was just a trick.
we will be back here on Caregiver Crossing.
We'll talk about
and,
real caregiver stuff.
Yeah, we're going to do that on the next segment. We're going to take a break. If you will stay with us,
Yeah, stick
we'll be
around.
back to you. So we'll see you here back in just a moment.
Before we take that break, late last month, the CDC announced their recommendation for adults aged 65 and older to receive an additional updated 2023-2024 COVID vaccine dose. The good news is Joyce House is hosting a spring vaccination clinic on Tuesday, March the 19th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at our Broad Ripple location. All CDC recommended vaccines will be offered, along with the opportunity to chat with industry professionals. And the most exciting part is dinner and a $25 gift card will be provided to all those that attend the clinic. You can visit our Facebook page, just search Caregiver Crossing, or you can give us a call at 317-254-0828, and we'll be happy to get you registered here at Joyce House. Again, that phone number is 317-254-0828.
Boop a doop a doop boop a doop a doop boop a doop a doop doop. Boop a doop a doop boop a doop a doop boop a doop a doop boop.
We'd be a great band.
Yep.
It's interesting that this is truly us. We've not had a drink.
No.
Not a sip, nothing. This is just us. And we're glad you're here with us at Caregiver Crossing. Thank you for joining us this morning. I don't know why, but Candace is leaving the room. The Joyce House Studios, she's got to go.
When we said she was moving, we didn't mean right this minute.
Right, but she's gone. Terry Stacy along with Tina McIntosh now in the room. Candace will be back in just a bit. We're going to be talking to a guest coming up in the next half hour, I guess this would be, about neurodivergent abilities. This is something I really don't know anything about, but Sarah Crawford will be here, and she's a job coach and benefits liaison who's been working with people living with disabilities since 2019. But we're going to talk about helping neurodivergent individuals through the job interview process. And so we thought we would kind of get a jump on it a little bit. This week coming up, March 13th through the 17th, is Neurodiversity Celebration Week, Tina.
How do you know that?
It's in my sheet.
What?
Yeah, it is. And we'd like to talk about just for a minute as we continue for the next few minutes to talk about how companies can support these neurodivergent individuals. You want to talk about this a little bit, Tina, before we get into it? Because I'm so stupid on all of this.
Well, I want to save that for when she is in here because she is the expert on that about companies. But there was an interesting...
Are you with me? You're not sure about any of this? Are you on my level?
I think neurodivergent is anybody who has some neurological, maybe a diagnosis, just maybe some differences. But I'd like to hear from her because she is the expert in that area. But nowadays they're saying that things like autism and anxiety and ADHD and all of those things, or ADD, are housed in the same part of the brain. And it almost doesn't matter what the diagnosis is, although there are some, trends and similarities between each of them. But it almost doesn't matter what the diagnosis is because the people are so individual and unique. But anyway, so I want to hear that from her. But there was an article that Candace had found for us from afar.com, and it's titled On a Vegas Vacation with My Autistic Child and Other Lessons Learned Traveling on the Spectrum. Anybody who knows me knows I love lessons learned. Like I live in that place. And so this was interesting because this man was talking about going to Las Vegas. And he says, really, it's all about the newness. There's unrecognizable food, unpredictable environments, unmanageable sounds, unfamiliar sleeping environments, different smells, jet lag, all the things.
And Las Vegas itself, just the bright lights and the colors and everything, just always 24 hours a day, right?
I think it's overstimulating for anybody.
Right.
And he took his child living with, I believe, ADHD and said, these can really cause these meltdowns, and how anybody who's traveled with a child knows any kind of a meltdown, particularly with a child who's neurodivergent, just really can put a cramp in your style,
Well, I'm sure. And as you think about your spring breaks and your family vacations over the summer, this is the time to be thinking. This might be very helpful because you've got some information, I think.
Well, I do. And what it says in this article is that in a survey, now this survey was prior to COVID, the International Board of Credentialing and Continuing Education Standards, which really works with autism awareness, they asked 1,000 parents with at least one autistic child about their input on how they travel, and a whopping 87% said they do not currently take family vacations because it's too difficult.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
That's right. I mean...
Yeah. And then in the same survey, 93% of those respondents said they'd be more likely to travel if there were autism certified options. And 97% said they're not satisfied with the current traveling options for families with autistic individuals. And so this dad, Matt Villano, he's got some tips, some lessons learned. Candace, what's that first one that he gives us?
Don't leave home without the headphones, fidgets, and other self-soothers. So fidget spinners, is that still a thing?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Is it? Okay.
And there are so many other fidgets too. My son has a 3D printer and he prints all kinds of fidgets. I love them.
What?
They're so cool. But yes, that is definitely a thing. I have something that I've found as a self-soother for me.
What is it?
It's silly putty.
Oh,
I love
silly putty.
And you can't get silly putty just anywhere nowadays.
No, you
and
sure can't.
Don't order it off the internet because it's all dried up. I've tried. But I find that when I'm driving, I'm fidgeting with silly putty a lot. Like popping little bubbles in it and stuff.
I can hear the sound, the little plastic sound, the squishing sound.
That's the flurp that sounds like a 14-year-old boy should be giggling.
So that's your calming thing. That's a calming thing for you.
It is. Yeah. Do you have anything?
I used to have, before I gave speeches and before I did anything on stage, I used to have a fidget ring. Mm-hmm. The spinner.
I have one.
A spinner. And I did really spin that thing constant.
It's
and
helpful.
then it kind of went away. I got better at it. More calm, I should say. Not better at it, but much calmer.
So the headphones make sense, right? Noise canceling headphones, the fidgets, self-soothers. I mean, he had something in here that I thought was interesting and says you may want to tote a Ziploc full of random stuff that always seems to come in handy. And he just said, put it all in there. But the example he gave, he said, I always carried a pad of Post-it notes to blind the electric eyes. What does that mean?
I don't know. Post-it notes to blind the electric eyes.
Because the kid is scared of the automatic toilets that splash up. Yeah, I don't like them either. So he would put a sticky note over the sensor.
The electric eyes. Got it. I was like, I don't know what
so you
year
still
we're
flush
living
it
in.
yourself. Then you just flush it yourself.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We
I
only
get
have a
it.
couple minutes. What are a
Okay.
couple other things that were in this list?
Packing familiar snacks to help the kids stay calm.
Amen.
On the plane, even if your kid isn't fall into these categories, or if you're me. Snacks always calm me down. Protect your physical space, even by booking more rooms than usual, perhaps.
Yeah, or maybe even a larger room than what you
Maybe you
actually
do
need
that.
for sleeping arrangements.
Not bad. Candace?
Write down the day's schedule so everyone knows what to expect from day to day.
That's good. And then lining up reinforcements was the fifth one. What does that mean to us? Asking other people to come with you and help you out if needed.
Oh.
I'm always a big fan of asking for help. So
It also references Life 360, which I know Tina and I have for our family members, which is great because
Oh, what happened? Oh, did your microphone fall?
Oh, it sure did. I've been
Just
attacked
dropped
on my
from
microphone.
the sky. And it was interesting to see.
I'll just be over here
So
holding
sorry,
this microphone.
everybody. This is just one of those days her microphone just fell from the sky. It truly did. It was attached to something and it just dropped down in front of her like you see in a vaudeville movie. Or vaudeville show. Okay. Yes, the Life 360 app.
which helps with keeping track of where your family members are. And I've also been seeing putting air tags in the sole of your kid's shoes if they're prone to wander, or even your aging loved one if they're prone to wandering.
Yeah.
I think we have to take a
Good.
I don't know if you can hear me over here. I'm holding my mic.
Let's take a break.
I'll be
take a
over
break.
here.
We'll
You
have more
guys-
information when we come back.
Before we take that break, late last month, the CDC announced their recommendation for adults aged 65 and older to receive an additional updated 2023-2024 COVID vaccine dose. The good news is Joy's House is hosting a spring vaccination clinic on Tuesday, March the 19th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at our Broad Ripple location. All CDC recommended vaccines will be offered, along with the opportunity to chat with industry professionals. And the most exciting part is dinner and a $25 gift card will be provided to all those that attend the clinic. You can visit our Facebook page, just search Caregiver Crossing, or you can give us a call at 317-254-0828, and we'll be happy to get you registered here at Joy's House. Again, that phone number is 317-254-0828. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. We're brought to you by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community nearest to you. Stay put. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after this.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy, along with Candace Hattabaugh and Tina McIntosh. Glad you're all here with us today. Appreciate it so very much. We're excited to welcome this week's guest to the Joy's House studio. We're joined now by Sarah Crawford. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
She is a job coach and benefits liaison who's been working with people living with disabilities since 2019. And we're going to talk with her about helping neurodivergent individuals through the job interview process and into valuable employment. We're glad to meet you.
I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I kind of like landed in the disabilities field randomly. I ended up working as a facilitator for an adult, kind of like Joy's House, where they had an adult day program for people with disabilities. Started out as a sub there and kind of worked my way up to job coaching. And then I fell in love with job coaching. And a couple years after I started that, I ended up getting certified in as a benefits liaison, helping people figure out how much they can work and what other incentives are out there to not lose their benefits while making money while working and everything. So
it's a great point to make, though, just to start off the bat, because a lot of times when, as employers, so Candace and I both work for Joy's House. And so as employers, when we're looking to hire somebody, sometimes they'll come back and say, well, I can only work 10 hours a week. And as an employer, potential employer, sometimes it's like, schedule, what can we do to accommodate that? And they're like, no, I will lose my benefits from government if I work more than that. So I appreciate you pointing that out.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you when you say neurodivergent. Just give us a simple explanation of what that means.
Sure. So there's a lot of different things that could make somebody neurodivergent. I think developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities such as or autism or Down syndrome, traumatic brain injuries. I personally have obsessive compulsive disorder, and OCD and Tourette's are considered neurodiversities as well. So it's really just about how somebody processes things in their brain and how they learn things and how it's just a little bit different than the neurotypical brain. And just kind of need things to be taught a little different of a way or need a little extra time, just little things like that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you something, and it's okay for us to not talk about this. But
okay.
You mentioned your own diagnoses.
Yes.
I'm someone who's lived with anxiety my entire life. I'm so old that I was put into Riley in 4th grade for a month, and they called it school phobia.
School phobia.
As if I was afraid of school.
Wow.
I was not afraid of school, but I wouldn't get on the bus. I was a latchkey kid. I just wouldn't get on the bus because I was anxious, So just I think about, Sarah, even you walking in here, right? We're in a studio. It's a smaller room because the sound has to be different. You put on headphones. Candace is shoving a microphone in your face. Like, there's Terry has candy wrappers all over the table.
No way to point that out. Like my problem over here.
So, but truly in this moment, in the last 10 minutes we've been together, what could we have done to be better for you?
Oh, it's a good question.
That is a good question. I want to start off by pointing out what you did that I loved, which was you commented on the fact that this was a safe space, which again, the huge sigh of relief just hearing that from anybody. You asked me what kind of accommodations would be helpful here. You reassured me. I think you guys did a great job of kind of touching on those things that would make somebody feel welcome and safe to come in here. So no notes on that. Honestly, you exceeded my expectations, made me feel very comfortable.
That makes me want to cry because if anybody's been listening longer than these 10 minutes, they know the three of us are overwhelming together. I mean, we get ridiculous, and so thank you. But
no, of
please,
course.
If there are things that when you leave, you think,
Sure.
hey, you all could have done this better, help make us better for the next person.
It's
Absolutely.
also teaching our audience how we can make things better for those that come into our lives that might need some change. We need to ask, right? We just need to ask.
Right. Communicate. Huge.
Well, because so many times we dive into things, and I think this goes into, for the interview process, but it's anything. How often we just dive right in. I went to visit my stepfather who helped raise me. I went to visit him last weekend to help him remodel some things in his new independent living home. But we walked in, we had a limited amount of time. So we didn't walk in calm. My husband and kids and I walked in like a force, like boom, and we were ready to go. And I look at that moment and think, I could have done that differently. So I appreciate the reminder just in life.
Sure.
From an interview process, what are things employers need to know when they're looking at hiring somebody who they may or may not know is neurodivergent?
The first thing that comes to mind is don't make assumptions. You might look at somebody and think, oh, they may need me to speak a lot slower for them, or to speak really loudly because, maybe they're hard of hearing, but you don't know their situation and their circumstance. It could be that, they have hearing aids and they don't need you to speak any louder, and it might be overwhelming if you do. I've got lots of experience where employers will tend to kind of focus more on the person that's with the person with a disability. And so as a job coach, I tend to be the focus sometimes. And it's always a huge green flag when I go to an employer and they are directly speaking to my client, and that person is the focus. And I'm almost kind of like, I'm not even here really, which is perfect because that is my role. I am a supporter, and I do so from a distance. Like, this is the job that this person is going to get. They get to make all their decisions, and that's who the employer should be talking to. So first things first is, don't make assumptions about somebody's capabilities. And then just, put your focus on them. That is who you are interviewing. And not everybody comes in with a job coach, but for those that do, it's disappointing to see a manager kind of only speak to the job coach.
I can't stand it. We see the same thing with particularly our guests, our clients here at Joy's House. Like, if you're at a medical appointment with someone, they're always looking at the caregiver. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like if we were doing this right now and you were only looking at me, but I wanted you to be looking at Candace, I feel like I'm glancing at Candace all the time to try and draw your eyes over, to her.
Exactly. Yep.
I did read something. Candace had supplied us with an article called Supporting Neurodivergent Individuals During the Interview Process. Really great information in here. And they talked about interview questions. One, you should ask in a clear way, but also leave space for silence. And on average, I just heard somebody in a meeting yesterday said, I heard that I'm supposed to wait 7 seconds for an answer. Okay. Like on a Zoom call in particular.
Sure. Now, really? 7 seconds?
It doesn't work in an interview like this, right? We don't have 7 seconds in between each question. But I think that's pretty brilliant in an interview process, particularly if you are interviewing somebody that you do know has some kind of a neurodivergent diagnosis. 7 seconds.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And I know we're going to, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that is, a huge thing is sometimes people just need to think a little longer about a question, and having them get that space to think makes them know, like, okay, this is a safe space. I'm not going to be interrupted by or asked a second time in a more aggressive way of like, did you get the question? Or so I think that is always a good rule of thumb is to, give somebody some time, and 7 seconds sounds like a good amount of time.
Can you stick around?
I can stick around.
I think we're going to need to take a quick break, aren't we? We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We've got lots more questions for you, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. More with Caregiver Crossing after this.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I'm Tina McIntosh in studio with Candace Haddabaugh and Terry Stacy, and we have the lovely Sarah Crawford with us. Sarah is a job coach and benefits liaison, and she's been working with people living with disabilities for years and talking with us about helping neurodivergent individuals through the job interview process and into really important employment for both their employer and for them. And so thank you, first of all, for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, I have a question for you here, and that is, can you share an example of maybe a reasonable accommodation that someone may request during an interview and employment process?
Yeah. So, and we're talking about reasonable accommodations for the interview specifically?
I think that works, yeah.
Okay. I think a good first reasonable accommodation is some people, and actually a lot of people with disabilities, have trouble with transportation. Offering a virtual interview first is super helpful for people who maybe don't have the transportation to get to the office to interview for something. I know that that's also helpful for somebody who maybe has some social anxiety and kind of wants to meet this person first and get to know them a little bit. But I definitely think virtual interviews, or just providing that option for a virtual interview, is huge for a lot of people.
That's easy and brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
that's just an easy thing to do. We all have that capability nowadays. And
Right.
quite frankly, for the employer, it saves them time too.
Exactly. It does. Yeah. And I think you still get a good feel for that person. You get to see them, you get to kind of see their facial expressions and everything like that. So I don't think there's a whole lot that you miss if you interview somebody virtually versus in person.
I'd like to ask about from the employer's side. From the employer's side of it, is it up to the individual to disclose before even the interview happens, or can that happen during the interview? Or, that could be uncomfortable, I think. I don't know how that would work. Should the individual say, "Here's me"?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is, yes, it's their choice. You get to decide what you feel comfortable doing. If you do need an accommodation in the interview, you may need to disclose your disability, just because sometimes employers will kind of say like, well, we don't normally offer that unless, you're in a different situation. Not all employers will require a disability disclosure just because you're asking for an accommodation, but that can pop up. I've had people disclose their disability in the application process. I've had people not say anything until they first start working. Again, it comes down to what you feel most comfortable with. Maybe you're in the interview and you're excited for the job, but you're a little wary about telling them right up front. And so it's okay to wait until maybe your first day or your first week. I've been at my job for several months, and I just told my employer, my supervisor, about my OCD maybe 2 weeks ago.
Well, thank you for sharing with us right off the bat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's important too, because it's something that connects me with my clients, and I feel really, I feel capable of understanding people in a way that maybe neurotypical people can't necessarily understand them. And I just, have a lot of compassion and everything for somebody going through that kind of thing. But yeah, it's really up to the person and what they feel comfortable with.
And when they feel comfortable disclosing the information, if at all.
Exactly.
If I can add, as an employer, we can't ask the question.
I wondered about
right?
that.
We can't say any diagnoses. Now, what we
so.
can say, and I think that we should adopt this here at Joy's House right off the bat, it's just asking at the very beginning with every candidate that's getting an interview, are there any accommodations you might need or want during the interview process? Because that way we're opening a door to show, one, it shows inclusivity, which is one of our values here. So, I mean, if no one else walks away with anything from this time with you, Sarah, I thank you for it, because we will utilize that.
Well, I think that's wonderful. That is not a very common thing that you see, where an employer kind of immediately comes off the bat. It almost seems like the responsibility is on the interviewer or the candidate to ask for that themselves. And that's why, self-advocacy is so important. But I know that also, there are some legal aspects to disclosing your disability. Just remembering that if you tell your supervisor or your manager, they are not allowed to share that with other employees. Don't worry about your information being spread around. I know some people are very confident in themselves and are happy to share their disability, and other people are a little bit more private. And so don't feel like you can't disclose because you're worried it will mean everybody you work with is going to know that you have a disability.
So we only have a few minutes left before we're going to have to close the show today. I know you had a list of tips for interviewers and supervisors that, Candace, can we make sure we post those on Facebook with Sarah's permission? Because those are very, very good. But for you, Sarah, in the last, couple minutes we have, what do you want to share? There's so many things we could talk about. Is there anything that pops out that you're like, oh, I wish we could talk about blank?
I think the one thing that comes to mind is that employers, I just want employers to be aware of all of the barriers that exist for people with disabilities in our society. Transportation is a huge barrier for so many people, and it's something that a lot of employers don't have a lot of grace for. So remembering that, somebody may want to work so badly and may be the best candidate for this job, but they may need to take Indigo to get to work, and they might be 15, 20 minutes late each shift. And it's just about accommodating for those little things and those barriers. And then also considering that people are going to be receiving government benefits, and that's going to limit how much they can work and how much they can make. So asking somebody up front, like, hey, do you have a limitation on the hours that you can work? Do we need to make sure we're never going over, 10, 15 hours? And just kind of remembering all of the different aspects that come along with having a disability and how it affects so many different parts of your life.
And have grace on each other,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, from every seat at the table, having grace that we are all in this to lift each other up and be better for, knowing each other. So thank you so much, Sarah, for spending
Thank
this
you,
time
Sarah.
with us. I know it's time for us to go.
It is, but I also know that Sarah hosts a support group, so we'll make sure to get that posted in the show notes as well. And before we go, we want to remind everyone about the upcoming vaccine clinic that we're hosting at Joyce House in Broad Ripple. That will be on March 19th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Give us a call at 317-254-0828 for more information or to register, or you can go to our Caregiver Crossing Radio Facebook page. Caregiver Crossing is sponsored by Cardon & Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. That's it for us this week. Until next time, take good care of each other.